There are 472 subway stations in New York City, and about half of them have different artworks because in 1985, the city created the Arts and Design Commission that hires the artists to decorate the subways. I'm Darryl. I'm the owner of NYC Subway Art Tour, and for free tours by foot, I conduct a tour of the highlights of the subway stations, and we'll see a number of those in this video. The Return of Spring by Jack Beale from 2001, and this is a modern version of the Greek myth of Persephone. She was the young woman in mythology. She was supposed to fast, but she ate from the pomegranate like Eve ate from the apple. And the gods punished her by sending her down to hell for 6 months of the year, and 6 months of the year they let her back upside to visit her family. So this is Persephone in Times Square with the flowers, and the artist based many of the paintings, the faces, on people he knew, friends and neighbors in the town he lived in upstate New York. That's the artist's wife. He died in 2013, and like Alfred Hitchcock in the movies, he always puts his face in the picture. So that's Jack Beale dressed up like the construction worker with the drill, and they're doing the construction work. It's supposed to be the flames of hell down there. So here we have the onset of winter from 2005, which is companion to the return of spring. And so now Persephone is going downstairs to go to the subway to spend 6 months of the year below the ground in hell on the subway. And there's the Pomegranate. The Divine Comedy is about hell. Dr. Caligari is a German horror movie from the 1920s. And Jack Beale, over there, he was the construction worker, but here he is looking up at the sky at heaven, because again, he always puts his face in the picture, and everyone's all excited while they're filming the movie, even the dog. So this is Times Square times 35 times, because there's 35 of these light boxes that go all the way around the station. And the artist, she signs her name here, Toby Buonagorio, lives in the Bronx, she's from the Bronx, and she worked on these ceramics from 1999 to 2002, and they were installed in 2005. And to her, Times Square is about food, fashion, entertainment, street life, and they're about the past of Times Square. So here we have all the happy people on the subway. So we come here in Times Square to see the Revelers by Jane Dixon from 2008. And her idea was to depict the cross-section of humanity, all the different people from around the world and the United States who come to Times Square on New Year's Eve to watch the ball drop, because that's right upstairs above us. And they have their hats and noisemakers, and there's the confetti, the paper when the ball drops. And some people think this is their shadows in the snow, and there are 70 of these figures throughout the station. So this is the newest artwork in the subway system. It's called Everyone by the artist Nick Cave, and it's a series of these flamboyant, large soundscapes that also play with the idea of wearing masks and concealing one's identity. And it was unveiled in September 2021. And that's when this hallway, means to get from 6th to 7th Avenue without going outside, also opened then. And so the artwork takes up the entire length of this passageway. So here we are on 23rd Street and 6th Avenue, and here is Stationary Figures by William Wegman. He's the famous photographer who's known for taking pictures of his dogs. There are many books of his photographs. At one time he made films for Saturday Night Live with the dogs, and installed 2018, and he was approached to install the artworks here. It's not that 23rd Street is known as the dog district. It's totally irrelevant that it has dogs. Many stations, the artwork has a connection to where the station is.
So if you're enjoying the tour so far, go ahead and hit the like button. It helps others discover the video. If you'd like to see more like this one, subscribe to our channel. We have walks across the Brooklyn Bridge, through Harlem, Central Park, all over New York. Visit our website for more about our tours, our travel tips, and more. We also have virtual tours and channels that focus on Washington, D.C., New Orleans, London, and more. Look for free tours by foot wherever you travel. You can support your guide with virtual tips, links in the description. And let us know what else you want to see. Leave a comment below. Now, back to the tour.
Tom Otterness's Life Underground from 2001. This is the most popular and beloved of the Subway artworks. And there are 130 of these bronze sculptures scattered throughout the station. Many of them can be interpreted as a sly critique of capitalism. There's the workers doing all their hard work, supervised by the capitalist with the dollar sign. Though there are 130, we don't need to see every single one because he repeats the characters several times, but we see a representative sampling like the solidarity of the workers with the hammer. See the hammer. And again here they're doing the construction work. And there's the capitalist all shiny because millions of people touch him. So here is the Garden of Circus Delights by Eric Fischel from 2001. And upstairs is 34th Street and 8th Avenue. Nearby is Penn Station and Madison Square Garden, where the Ringling Brothers Circus used to perform every year until they went out of business. So that inspired this circus-themed opus that has several panels, and it tells a story. But you have to come on the tour to find out what the whole story is. But here we get enough of the sense of the spectacle of the circus, because again, the circus would perform upstairs at Madison Square Garden. Losing My Marbles by Lisa Dinhofer from 2008. And marbles. You play marbles and the marbles spill out all over. But there's also the expression, losing my marbles, losing my mind. Times Square is the busiest station in the New York City subway system. Over 6 million people a year come through. So you could lose your mind in Times Square. So that's how we get the title, Losing My Marbles. She puts mirrors, we see there are mirrors there throughout the artwork because she wants to entice people to go look at their reflection, to draw you into the picture. And so the marbles spill out all over Times Square. The Commuter's Lament, or A Close Shave by Norman B. Culp. And he was a poet. And so this poem, which has been described as bleakly charming, the lines of the poem are in the ceiling. And that's supposed to be the bed he slept in. Overslept if late, that's the bed. Right now we are under Bryant Park, which is the name of this artwork. Well, I hope you enjoyed these video highlights of the Subway Art Tour, and I'll see you on your next trip to New York.